Start 6. Watch the 22J, 13, and the 88. There's your top 3 in Sportsman Sprint Car points. Rolling to corner number 4. White chalk stripe, green flag flies. We're racing. A good start for Jessen Jacobson. With a 13 to his outside, powers around. Steven Hendrickson to the top spot. Here comes Dana Glenn as well. Glenn to the outside of Jacobson. He'll get by Jessen Jacobson, loses 2 spots in the opening lap. Hendrickson right back to the bottom. Dana Glenn in tow. Dana Glenn has found himself in second place a number of times here at Skagit Speedway. As of late, he's going to look to change that and try to go 1 spot better. And he's got to beat the 13 of Steven Hendrickson, who's your defending winner. John Wallenfels Jr. pulls in. He's in the back. The battle up front rages on. Here comes Dana Glenn, slowly eating into the lead of 13. They go wheel to wheel. Hendrickson closes the door. Pulls away down the back straightaway. Dana Glenn's going to have to work again to close that gap. Gets on the berm and rides out of corner number 4. Goes to the high side in turns 1 and 2. Can he get a good run off corner number 2? Close to within a car length. So didn't lose anything. Hendrickson washes up the exit of 4. Dana Glenn wraps it around nicely. Glenn back up to the top spot, up high, trying to chase around the 13. Hendrickson's getting on the berm and washing up. That's going to allow Dana Glenn, if he can get close enough on corner exit of 4 to maybe make a move, had to whoa up and go high. He's carried a lot of speed into turns 1 and 2. You can see that gap just extends as they get back to corner number 3. Tanner Merritt goes 1 lap down. 7 laps in, 25 total to go. It's Hendrickson, Glenn, Jacobson, Serrano, and Whitney, your top 5. Hendrickson has the 45 of Jackson Stratton in his way. Well, not anymore. Stratton washes up, and Hendrickson gets underneath. Dana Glenn goes up high. Now 1 lap car between first and second. Stratton forces the 17 into the wall a little bit. Gets loose, steering, trying to make sure it's all right in the 17. Caution flag flies. Hendrickson waiting, goes late. Dana Glenn does a nice job to stick right with him. You can see the handling for Dana Glenn, the car leaning over like something else onto that right rear. It definitely is upset and uncomfortable for him to drive. Jessen Jacobson got close but can't gain on him yet to make that pass. Goes back up high. Glenn doing a good job handling an ill race car around Skagit Speedway in the second spot. 15 laps to go. Whitney threatening with the 44J of Jalen Serrano. That's the race for 4th. Whitney in 5th, trying to improve his point standing by moving up positions. Now Jessen Jacobson gonna feel the pressure from Jalen Serrano. 44J closing on the 22J. Jessen goes up high, Serrano down low. Shows him the nose. Can't get the run off corner number 4. Back into turns 1 and 2. Jessen down low. Jalen washes high, allows Whitney to get underneath. And Jalen pulls away. Again, the race between 3rd, 4th, and 5th on the track is what you're watching now. Whitney looks low on the car in 3rd. That's Serrano. Actually, the car in 4th. Jacobson's in 3rd. Hendrickson back into lap traffic, gets by Tanner Merritt. Dana Glenn now is 1 lap car he's going to have to deal with, but a half a straightaway advantage for Hendrickson in the 13 over the 17. Hendrickson goes up high, the 45 of Jackson Stratton, the next car he'll encounter. Hendrickson doing a good job of keeping pace for the most part. He's not letting the 13 out of his sight. Hendrickson gets down low. Dana Glenn closing back in quickly up high. That might be the place to be where there's no lap cars. Dana Glenn has closed in quickly. Zan Miller down low. Jackson Stratton up high, red flag. Rider Schiffel upside down on the front straightaway. Bottom. Jessen leaves an opening for Jalen Serrano, but Jalen can't get by on the exit corner number 4. Goes right back to work on the inside. Jade Whitney's there as well. Here comes Peyton Drake around the high side. 3-car battle for 1 spot into corner number 3. Peyton Drake, Jalen Serrano. Peyton Drake drives around the 44J on the outside. Nice job, Peyton Drake, to keep on moving and gets around. Now he's gonna have to run down the 22J and Jessen Jacobson. Whitney gets by Serrano as well. Whitney now looks to track down Peyton Drake as Drake looks down to track down Jessup. And a caution, Zan Miller around, and the 09 of Piper Harless. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Zone on the back straightaway. Steven Hendrickson with a big gap to Dana Glenn. Glenn doesn't go. Slow start for the 17, maybe out of fuel. Dana Glenn putzing around and gets onto the berm. We'll see if we get a caution flag. Dana Glenn pulls it in. So that moves Jessen Jacobson and Jaden Whitney both up a spot, but here comes Peyton Drake to the outside, the 73. He told me, he's like, man, I don't want to finish third. He's into third now. He's going to have to go run down Jessen Jacobson. But Jaden Whitney not going to let him get away without a fight. So Hendrickson, smooth sailing. Jessen Jacobson, Peyton Drake, and Jaden Whitney a lot closer. Jalen Serrano, Macy Longston there as well. Whitney back to the inside. Peyton Drake fends off the charge. Whitney down low again. Drake up high. Slide job complete. Jaden Whitney. Drake gonna turn it right back underneath him into turns 1 and 2. He returns the favor, maybe. Can't quite get up there. Wheel to wheel. Down the back straightaway. Peyton Drake back to the bottom. Gets up on the berm. Upsets the car. Whitney gonna drive back around the outside. Hendrickson into lap traffic. 3 laps to go. About a car length and a half between Peyton Drake and Jaden Whitney. That's what you see on the left-hand side of the double box here at Skagit Speedway. That's your leader, Steven Hendrickson, on the right. Hendrickson to the white flag one more time around Skagit Speedway. Jessen Jacobson is not going to catch him, but the race could be interesting between Peyton Drake and potentially Jaden Whitney. He won't get there through turn 3 and off of corner number 4. Steven Hendrickson picks up the win here for the Sportsmen. It's Jessen Jacobson second and Jaden Whitney in third. On Skagit Speedway, Steven Hendrickson gets it done tonight and goes back to back and picks up his 4th win of the year. Wow, what a race that was for you. You would pull away, lap traffic got a little bit dicey, but 4th win this year, back to back. What's really been the key to your success?
Start off good, and we finish pretty good. Once you get into clean air, the car just is twice as good. And for whatever reason, Red has our qualifying setup nailed, and we're good most of the rest of the night. Actually, we've been good all night the last few weeks.
Lap traffic can be a difference maker whether you win or lose a race. What's your strategy in getting through and not allowing it to slow you down?
Just keep your momentum up and go where they're not. There's a couple times I'd have to last minute switch lanes, and like sometimes some of the guys at the back, they probably don't really know what they're doing, so it makes it hard on the guy trying to get around them. I got to thank a bunch of people. Shibby Motorsports, they'll be here next week for the high limit deal. Red, all the boys, Alan, John, Wade, Xander, Caden, Riley and everybody, and Nordic Temperature Controls, Herc Rentals, Les Schwab Tires, Grimbley Distribution, Schembolt Construction, and Pack Trucking.
Well, Steven Hendrickson gets the win tonight. We'll talk with Jessen Jacobson, who comes home in the 2nd spot. Well, Jessen, you did a nice job fighting back after falling back a little bit. How did you rally up to that 2nd spot?
Yeah, on the start there, Steven just got a good jump on the outside, got around me, and Dana was actually to get by me too. And then throughout the race, we were trying to figure some stuff out. We were a little snug through the whole race, and so I tried to anchor on my brakes through the corners there, just kind of keep the car underneath me and hold the bottom. I tried the top a couple of times there. I wasn't really going nowhere, and then on the last restart, something happened to Dana where he had to pull off. We were able to get back by him and finish for a solid 2nd.
Well, Jessen Jacobson in 2nd. We'll chat with Jaden Whitney, who rounds out the podium here in 3rd. Well, Jane, a nice run from you, 6-3. Now, is it all because of those new headers?
Well, the headers definitely help, but we're still struggling really bad on the stumbling. So we definitely got to go back to the drawing board and really try to limit that issue.
Well, Jaden Whitney brings it home in the 3rd spot. Steven Hendrickson picks up the win tonight here at Speedway.